it.
Hi you guys, so I'm going to be doing a slightly different video. I've gotten requests for this. Excuse me, I want to make sure my glasses aren't very glare. I've gotten requests for this type of video on my Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook, so I'm doing it. And so today I'm going to be discussing the pros and cons of working from home, give you some tips. But first I'm going to go over my background and so that you guys can get a little bit of idea of how I got into this. So I've been working from home now for 6 years. I'm actually what's called a learning management system administrator, abbreviated LMS administrator. I've been working in adult education or higher learning though for 15 years, probably even longer than that, because I started while I was working on my undergrad. Now, my undergrad has nothing to do with my role that I have right now, my career path. I actually have my dual major, anthropology and biology as my undergrad. I pursued my master's degree later on and got a master's in human dynamics, okay? So where was I? Working from home as an LMS administrator. What's an LMS administrator? Well, perhaps when you first got employed at a job, you had to take workplace harassment, you had to take HIPAA, depending on, you know, what area, what field your company is in. You may have to take all these online trainings. So that's basically what a learning management administrator does. They manage online training. It's been very rewarding in my opinion. I'm more on the administration side than technical side. I got into this company because I really want to get a little bit more technical experience. So far there's not been happening because I've been so busy, but I'm hoping that I will soon gather some of those skills. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and go into some of the benefits and some things that are not so nice about working from home. And then I'm gonna give you some tips, okay, for those of you who are interested in working from home, currently are working from home. I'm also going to be putting a lot of information down below in the description box for known companies that offer flexible work schedules or work from home schedules. You guys, a lot of companies are going this route. My company, I would say, when I first started working there, I wasn't working from home when I first started working from there. We would work from home maybe 1 or 2 days out of the week. We then got bought out by another global company. It's been 1.5 years now. And they sent out a mass email for the Phoenix people and was like, does anyone need their desk? I was like, I don't need my desk and I don't need my phone number. So, excuse me, my office phone. But by the time they contacted me, honey, I was already working from home for like 4 years. But for about 2 years, it was a split schedule. Just wanted to let you know that. So let's just jump right into some of the benefits. The one obvious benefit is the conveniency of being home. The conveniency of just waking up and going to your desk and being able to work. There's been times where I don't feel as well when I first wake up. I can check my email, work, you know, a few hours later, or if I have like a doctor's appointment, or if my son has a doctor's appointment, I can schedule that around my work schedule and not have to worry about, oh my God, I have to take off work, I have to leave the office, I have to make sure I drop him off at school. Again, the conveniency, being able to run to the grocery store to get something, you know, being able to spend time with my family and my husband. Excuse me, he is my family, my husband and my child. Just the conveniency of working from home. It's so nice, I will say that. You save money. You save money on gas. You save money on your car maintenance, on clothes, on makeup, on food. Daycare expenses is a really big one, so you save money. I know for me, the Phoenix office here, my commute was 2 hours a day. Yeah, 2 hours a day. 1 hour there, 1 hour back. So that drive was crazy. And now that I'm home, I only use my car for personal use. You know, I go to the grocery store every now and then, so I don't have to drive into an office. And of course, that reduces, you know, your car maintenance and stuff like that. When I get up, I don't have to worry about getting dressed. Doing my hair is another big one. Putting on makeup. And, you know, of course, when I have to go somewhere, I doll it up. But I don't have to, there's no urgency to do all of that, if you know what I mean. So, yes, you definitely save your coins with being able to work from your home. The flexible schedule. Now, this depends on the company you work for. There are some companies that are 7 days a week. I work for a global company, so the hours are different. We don't have really set hours, and again, this really does depend on your field and the company that you're employed with. We don't have set hours, and I'm salaried. So that can mean that I may work 8-hour days, I may work 12-hour days, I may work on the weekends sometimes, not all the time, but I may have to work a Saturday morning, and it may not be 8 hours on a Saturday, it may be 30 minutes here and an hour there. But I guess what I'm saying, when you are salaried, when it's flexible, your hours can be a little scattered. And last but not least, the statistics show that you actually are more productive when you're working from home. And companies know this. I mean, to be able to get up at 4 a.m. in the morning, do some work, and some people work late at night. Sometimes I get emails on that weekend. Now, I'm not answering them all the time. But again, the flexibility, you're working more often, you're happier, so of course you're going to be more productive. And like I said, companies know this, which is why a lot of them are offering more flexible work from home schedules, or schedules that allow for you to work from home some days of the week. A guy that I used to work with, he went to another company and he started off again working in the office, but now he was able to convince them to allow him to work from home 2 or 3 days out of the week. So it works out good. So the downside of working from home, again, your schedule. When you go into the office, you get to the office, you say hi to everyone, you sit down, get your coffee, you start working. Come 5 o'clock, you go home. When you're at home, you don't have that. You don't have that start time, end time. Sometimes I don't even know what day it is. Sometimes it can get so bad, I don't even know what day it is. It's really, really easy when you work from home to get overwhelmed, get burnt out. And I'm going to discuss that a little bit at the end because that happened to me earlier this year. Boundaries, whether it be family, friends, or even your job. It's really hard because again, you're at home. When I'm at home, my child sees me. I have a set office, but he sees me in there. He'll come in and he'll say something. That wouldn't be happening if I was at work. Same thing with my husband. He may be asking me about something, and so sometimes it can be difficult to focus, and get some work done because I'm here. I'm in the house. The last one is the disconnect from your company, from other employees. Because now I used to go into the office once a month just to show my face around. But now, since so many things are changing and I honestly have been very busy, I only go into the office maybe a quarter, so like three to four times a year. And when I go into the office, I see a lot of new faces. I see things have changed. They've moved cubicles around, and so I feel disconnected from my company. I don't feel as connected with them. Unlike when I was in the office, I was seeing people every day. You know what I mean? So yeah, there's definitely can be a disconnect when you're working from home and you're not going in the office and being around other people, okay? So let's get into some of the tips that I've tried to incorporate because like I said, I got really burnt out. There was a time up until I would say it was March of this year, mid-March of this year, I had been working every day, Monday through Sunday for a year. And I just got really burnt out because I was trying to get everything done. I was a yes sir, no sir type of person, and just, I had too much on my plate. I was planning my wedding. I had some other health issues. And so I got burnt out, okay? I started to gain weight. That's another one because your refrigerator is right here. So I'm just eating. I'm eating. So first thing first, set a schedule. You have to set a schedule. Sunday night, I look at my calendar, I see what's going on in the household, I look at what meetings I have going on, what trainings I have set up, and I make sure that I try to stay on schedule, okay? If I'm going to work from 8 o'clock to 3 o'clock, that is it. If I get an email at 3:30, unless it's really urgent, I'm not answering it. I'm not answering emails on the weekend. Let me back up. There are going to be some exceptions to the rule, but don't get into the habit. Don't set the expectation of doing all this extra work, because now they're going to know that you're going to do it, and they're going to come to you every time. So that's what happened to me. So definitely set a schedule, set boundaries with your family, that let them know, hey, I'm going to go into my office. Can you please not disturb me? Sometimes I'll tell my husband, because our child goes to school. There's just no way. At this age, my son is 4. There's no way he could be home. So, but when he is home and I have a meeting, I let him know, hey, I need to go in the back room. I have a meeting. It's going to be about 30 minutes. Cool. Also, just because you are remote doesn't mean that you always have to work from home. You can go to a coffee shop. You can go to a library. Granted that you're still adhering to your company's policy about working remotely and that you're connected to a safe internet connection. Don't feel obligated to be at home working from home. I used to go to a coffee shop up here. I was getting distracted there though. I'll go to a coffee shop, go to a library, even if it's for like an hour or two out of the day, just so you can step away. That's another thing. Speaking of, step away. Again, it's so easy because you don't have a quote unquote break time or time for lunch where you see people getting up and leaving to go have lunch. You're just sitting there. So I get up a lot. I break away. I take a lunch hour. Sometimes I take 2. No, just kidding. I make sure I take a lunch hour. I make sure I get up and I step away from my computer, okay? Ensure that you have a designated area for your office. This is really important. I didn't even get one until last year. That's bad. And because of that, I was going to a chiropractor for a while. My spine was rotating like this to the right because I would sit like this. I would literally turn my body like this, hold my laptop, and literally sit like this, and my spine was shifting. It is really important that you have a workspace, have your laptop there, you have a desk there, you have your whatever you need, your files, wherever you need right there. And once you're done working, turn off your computer, shut down your laptop, and let that be it, okay? Ensure that you are taking care of yourself. Look, I'm just gonna be honest. Sometimes I get up, I go to the bathroom, and I go straight to my computer. Haven't showered, haven't brushed my teeth. Don't get into that habit. Have a schedule, get up, pretend like you're going into work. You're not leaving, but you're going into work. I get up, I wash my face, I brush my teeth, I take a shower, and then I go work. If I have to go work out, I'll go work out, and then I go work. Okay? You have a schedule, and then I go work. Make sure that you are reviewing your schedule ahead of time, like I said, because things could change. And it's real easy when you're not in the office. Someone can't come over and be like to your desk and be like, oh, by the way, we have a meeting. Where's my phone at? I always have my phone on me. I'm making sure that I'm setting reminders. I'm ensuring that I'm checking and this is stuff that we all know as professionals. I'm making sure that I'm checking my schedule. It's the Sunday night before, like I said, I'm checking my entire work week schedule to make sure that I'm not forgetting anything, okay? Take time off. If you are sick, I think that a lot of times people assume, well, you're working from home and you're sick, go ahead and work. Depending on how sick I am, I will not work. Or I may do half a day, letting my manager know and my team know, hey, I'm not feeling too well. I'm going to work until noon. I'll catch up on emails first thing in the morning. Don't do not burn yourself out doing this, okay? And take time off. I just put in, just today, I put in 2 weeks of vacation for the summer times. You have to do that. You have to put yourself first, okay? And what else? And finally, last but not least, and this tip can be for anyone, whether you're working from home, whether you're working in the office, especially when you're in a role like I'm in, where people are coming to you for stuff, coordination, project management. Depending on the sense of urgency, I don't automatically respond to stuff. I stopped doing that. It can wait. My number one thing I say to people is, not to people, but to myself, when I see stuff coming in, flying into my inbox, your fire is not my fire. Again, depending on the situation, everything is different. You have to weigh things out. Depending on the situation, your fire is not my fire. Sometimes I may delegate to something to another admin, of course getting permission, asking them if they have the bandwidth to take this on, because I'm not going to burn myself out, because I'm not going to be crazy with you. You can be crazy by yourself. We both can't be crazy though. So yeah, that is it. Some of the benefits, again, some of the downsides of working from home. Overall, I enjoy working from home. However, I think once my son gets into kindergarten, I may either go into the office a lot more or look into transitioning to a role closer to my home. We have an office that's about 10 or 15 minutes away, and I wouldn't mind going into that office because it's right there. I mean, it's a drive here. But again, this is when my little boy gets into school. But yeah, I wouldn't mind going into the office a few days out of the week if I had to. I wouldn't mind that. But like I said, I've enjoyed it. There's of course been some downsides, and I've had to manage through all that. So that is it, you guys. I wanted to put this video out there because, like I said, I've gotten some suggestions for it. So if there is anyone out there, any of you, who currently work from home, if you have any tips or suggestions, put it down below. I'll be interested to know what you guys think. So that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you as always to all of my new subscribers. Take care. Bye.